the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Abuzafo yenye ni twase Kwame Bafo Abronye mechine MPP's Bono Regional Chairman odaso ewo eye police for akache na in fact any odaso ho die ensem die ebi efi ho papa a say according to report no say since omode ne she ho nyina no onya aduane endi two the family for no e ba behwe na yapam wo mo empokwa no ne lawyers enya access to omo client no ene no endi nkomo na ene former Attorney General and Minister of Justice Godfred ekokopie mu eye CID headquarters ho am requested say opeso eye Kwame Bafo Abronye MPP's Bono Regional Chairman and watch say in fact kwanya yede afaso detain eye Kwame Bafo Abronye police custody for so many hours and for so many days no eye ade bia entiase enim na o kire say eye allegations a omode agu eye Kwame Bafo Abronye so nyina no misdemeanor and afenso so ensa warranty omo that continuous detention no now or say empokwa no during the time as Attorney General and Minister of Justice now and the current administration John Dramani Mahama administration now top profile figures bi ma ono or prosecuting omo the likes of Keiso Atokwa na forcing ono nei ono ene finance minister and two it also be Richard Japa as the CM no ka say on the director of special operations at the National Security or say your boss uncle for we din ade e battery mu the ambulance trial no enso so kwa no say that very day now or prosecute won ye grant won bail how much more Kwame Bafo Abronye ono na kasa ana say won all criticizing government ni nyema bia enkoyie no ana ye detaining no continuously in fact former Attorney General and Minister of Justice Godfred akasa criticizing John Dramani Mahama current administration actually say kwanya wafaso detaining Kwame Bafo Abronye na ode sa power or abuse power they arrest NPP for no debia it doesn't make sense yenny bread ninti and some former Attorney General and Minister of Justice kind.
I mean just to see him solidarize with him. As you all know, I come from the Bono region, so essentially he's my chairman, the chairman of the region that I hail from and all that. And I think that I very much deplore the manner in which the whole criminal system is being manipulated to attack political opponents of this administration. That is what, for me, is very reprehensible. And I looked at the whole process, and I gathered that his lawyers were actually denied access to him after court. So quite seriously, since Tuesday, his lawyers have not been able to have access to him. So yesterday I requested to meet him, and graciously the CID brought him here today. I think that I must express gratitude to the police authorities for doing that. But indeed, the most important point is that they had earlier on denied access to his lawyers and all that. So I'm here not, of course, as a lawyer for Abronye. I did not intend to take over the matter, as has been widely reported and all that. But I think I just came to show solidarity with him and to ensure that all processes are going well and all that. But I must once again express the strongest reservations about the manner in which this administration is manipulating and utilizing the criminal justice system to intimidate and harass political opponents. That clearly is the lowest we can get to as a nation. It's very much inconsistent with the democratic tenets of the nation and all. We have seen it many times, yes, and it is in stark contrast to the era which just preceded this administration. I was Attorney General. So definitely one Attorney General who has been vilified unjustifiably, as we all know, a lot of lies and truths told about me. I never utilized the criminal system to attack or even to arrest any opponent at all. So I don't know what is going on. I just clearly I'm shudder to think of the human rights record of this administration. Already we have seen quite a lot grave abuses of human rights, pre-trial processes which are abused and unlawful arrest. So it is actually operating this way. Whenever they think you are saying something that they consider to be unsavory or that they consider to be offensive to themselves, then they quickly arrest you. And after the arrest, they band you before court on some trumped up charge and all that. And definitely, you all see, they definitely don't don't see the conclusion of the matter. So the manner in which pre-trial processes are being abused and utilized to attack, intimidate, and harass political opponents of this administration. We've never seen any of this kind before. It's unprecedented, and that is very deplorable. And I'm surprised that you, the media, also look on unconcerned. Why do all these things go on? All right, so that's why I'm here, and I hope that these things work. And while they do that, the point to me is that you see a very deliberate discriminatory application of the law. Because whilst they attack political opponents by using the criminal processes and to shut them down, their supporters, doers, members of the administration attack and abuse people and other persons that they perceive to be in opposition to them. They do that freely. Incitement of breach of the peace and all that. They do that in worse forms. And you did not see any visitation of the criminal laws against them.
So you saw Abronye and had a meeting with him.
He's not eating since that time. I don't know whether it's a kind of strike, hunger strike or not, but he says yes, he's not trying to eat. His wife is in there, and when his wife comes out, he can explain. I've advised his wife to employ all kinds of means that she knows best to ensure that the husband eats.
Following your visits, have you gotten the assurance that his lawyers will now have access to him?
Yes, so the lawyer had to essentially, for one better expression, seek cover under this visit. The lawyer came in whilst I was there, and because I was there, he's been granted access to him to engage in some kind of conference with the client. But the most important thing is that tomorrow the matter is coming up, and I'm sure the court should be minded to grant bail. Yes, even the most serious offences that I prosecuted in my time, treason, the treason trial, on the very first day, all the accused persons were granted bail. And so when I say that, this is in stark contrast to a situation which just preceded this administration. I speak so on solid facts. I consider very high-profile figures in the NDC, Colin Dauda, Atu Forcing, and now Rich Japa, who has been given such a high office in this administration and all that. All of them were granted bail, very, very flexible terms. Atu Forcing, self-recognizance bill. Colin Dauda, the same thing. Even Japa, when he had difficulties and all that. And just the Supreme Court called me. I don't know at all. Let's him be allowed to go and come and complete the process later on. And that led to all the manipulation of the facts that we all know. So I'm saying that there ought to be tolerance for free speech. Do you understand? And the level of intolerance of this administration is very reprehensible. It ought not to be condoned in a democracy. That if a person says something against you, if you find offensive, then you quickly deploy the criminal justice system to pick the person up and lump the person in custody and all that. All right. So
I see. Nanya, what can I say? And the daily guide, the idea about say, Baumia slams NDC over power abuse. And commission to say,
I want to say, Ade bakwa eye obvious ne say aban we omo sunsun etata omo ya ka say shadows kra ka me say ediomochi omo niam bia omo yeye in opposition no em say so mo dai na omo dia to omo tirim ne say niam a omo nim so omo yeye a omo di tia na nadan kwakufu ado aban a edina so ma na da ne kuntumpo ni ade tumi di omo ba power no omo yem hwehwe omo sesa wan ha na obi nso be ye bi eti omo enti omo kwan omo do so ano ne se yen ti omo ngum yen tata omo yen fe hunihuna ehunihuna omo na yen ka omo no ntum se me be ya omo kan asem enti free January 7th aye to aba yi aban we ye be wura nkofo fie ye twenwe pia abonten anajo ne agbewura ofie huru wo se omo yam robbers omo sise mask omo kretu ne yakon na ye de hanko pe gunza ne ye twa picture ne de ama NDC social media for no man share na Ghana police release one paragraph statement bi e de wakoshima 3-4 days after the bill kofa bill 100 million, 200 million, 30 million, 40 million. Bill no crampo no. We surety now the banner. Japade a ɔde ba no ɛsɛ sɛ wɔn kan nti wo bi wɔ fathers wa ɛno nka ho de sɛ deɛ wɔn kan nko a nti nipa yɛtumi ti nipa na yɛma no bail condition 5 days not that them because bail condition no sɛbisɛbi ɛmpa so nti yɛsɛ bi anim 5 days 1 week not that them because yɛsɛ that to bail condition a yɛnim sɛ ɛbɛyɛ den sɛ wobɛtumi anya ne ntɛm so nti ne yɛ keep you saa hoping sɛ wopia a ɛno wobɛbɔ wo hu na wo innate right a freedom of speech no yagye free nsem and it's happening all over the place na say ya hu ekwan a omo fa so mo call mo sesabo fie about 3 or 4 days ago omo share mask and omo gina bonten ye hu ya na so mo ekuri wo no I'm sure say we hu CCTV footage no omo ekuri wo no
yeah
and omo ti fie ni na ba kwa me imagine say wo fie na wa wo fie na ewi akete wu se emnante bia wu ni momo omo ni ID omo nse uniform bia na omo kwekwetu na omo share mask na omo huru wo. How do you even differentiate between omo ni armed robbers? Intene no anajo obi ebu ewura ofie mu kra hu nim say armed robbers o say eye state security o na waba ho ban. But that is what is happening in this country. Bank of Ghana governor ni abore ni fie ni akot pansam ni fie ase hu ni amenyina tutu ni amenyina yes ye evidence your friend is saying vice president former vice president aide de camp police ni onokra 7 police officer senior police officer yes 7 police officer ni abore ni fie ni ebubu ni den ni opeden yes ye evidence ni abo ya fa we sankrofo nyina so ye bubu ro mu fie yes ye evidence nyina ba ko krampo ni wa eneme no kase what is aban na say over 3-4 months ye bubura ofie ni ade be se wo dan mu niam afi evidence no an ye koye na evidence enya ye ni ye de wo court there bi omu nyina obie ni ho not even one and my intimidate obi to the extent that I said ye mo dey about free speech kasa ye nyina ye ken ba kwa me na na se o sendra wo ye me dirty potopoto yi ayi am ne ye kai because even though why am dirty I am poto no me na ka se mi se me o say ano I say math no began
anu nyetuo
yes anu nyetuo and I say asemba cry ye dey anu na ka o se bibisa so I just say but ene you know aban na say there be obi anka na ntum e mo obi ankasa o kasa ye be chewo. Can you imagine say me no kasa yi Abronye DC Bono regional chairman ese jail simply because of speech wan fetu onwi obi ade onye aban adwuma da onwi aban sika onye hwe Abronye is in jail for speech and if Abronye is in jail for speech only say ba kwa me only say sabi o ensam ne bia ebia Abronye beka ana party fo bi beka ebia meme nsoso ana mekra me nkebi asa woni se ekromu a sabe aboa ne kwase ani jimi fo enye enfomra
David
enfomra eti se obi ka cha ota aboa kwase jimi fo na oye pope kra onfomra bia ye nipa na wegu ono no hu fi so wa dia se ono na wan kasa yie ena wegu ono no hu fi but onfomra bia ye but Abronye this is a jelo. And it is important that we put it on record. Say, Abronye DC is in jail. And you know, MPP for TikTokers, the Ashanti region, young ladies, they don't share almost 3 weeks. Because almost before then, now say Obama pokwase ya kwacheno because of Facebook posts. They did not question waba. Okodi 1 week. You be we no ya show where power lies. Now nenam. Ye nimpansa wonye boni dia you. Ye nim say won from mra bia ye but ye pe bibi kitu e bi dia kira who power life ba kwa me no kasa sisi yi a ye kasa wo phone si me nim dia metimi aka ma no be kwa ha aban yi kwa betimi be family makoto when you feel na ase aban no almost satisfaction no comes from when they pick you, put handcuffs on your arm, your friend on your wrist, take a picture of you and put it out there in the public. Normally you're satisfied. Because when you say Adena our foul, reason now our foul no, but so long as when you so embarrassed with that man, no, are you okay? And Nitina, Ebema, would they Abronye this year? What charge on basis of misdemeanor? Would they be Black Maria track motor or your metra? I'm robber. So, or you're accused of genocide. Speech. Not or she hank of goodness, not Okuri, every Black Maria track mo. Speech in tea. Police what to make a court catch a judge say remand you will be for speech. Remand no for speech. Why do you remand somebody for speech? Now speech you can't put a black on me. And yes, several matter.
Edipa krone pa odo call for defamation or pensua or do be for offensive conduct and now say odo be cause wa attack and verbal attack. Now
and what did not call remand clearly remand now in the choir. No, it is not for you to do anything. No, because remand the audio will be choir. Every anybody a flight risk, and maybe any panel shana unya no, and any panel interfere with investigation. There, they not speech. I was in the panaka. I will video so there. The empanting I will keep in the panel in jail. I mean, no, because I bring your decision to jail. But you guys should talk about it too. And then no, I bring your decision. But if this government succeeds at this. Don't forget that we've had a situation like that in this country before. And it may move into the media. So please speak against it. Like I want to hear you speak against it. Nobody is supporting say Yankasa Kasa Basa Basa. And nobody is supporting that. But nobody should also pretend that we haven't seen the government's deliberate attempt to intimidate, persecute their opponents. It is so obvious, it's glaring. But if they succeed or win in persecuting and intimidating us in the opposition, the rest assured say it's coming to you next in the media. Because Kwame Nkrumah can say, "Won't mean kawa nuntu mo." Ko wajuma we ya no. Ntienche bia no obeka bibi
ama
beso
no correct
bibi na ba na ba be foul because Abayno has started quietly attacking people for speech and you don't know what you will say right or say wrong ebe hit you be next Abayno say o munko fa Kwame Nkrumah de o kan wan kan yi not 1 week 2 weeks so Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Kasa he is right. It is so obvious. It is happening all over the place. It is happening all over the place. And it's important that we don't pretend. And we must call out the president and the government. Say, you can't do that. You can do anything to us, but don't try to take free speech away from us. Don't. Jaini and Kasa. They are by the way, Omu opposition Omanka. They are no man. Your friend is Sami Jensi, National Communications Officer of the NDC. When United TV is one threaten all the generals of the army and the senior officers in the police service. Ankan Chom said their position will be conterminous with the MPP government. Didn't he tell them that? Obi Pekino. Abronye or US yeah or yet a friend is saying propaganda ma or Mampenini NDC Abanyi. They don't care or he be known in Atemo Kruma. Or he be politician be known in Atemo Kruma. Wamba I'm a buying we are a man on national security protection. I'm an uncle Klein from court. And why do you allow this guy to run everybody down, including the Asante or Hine, or Hine Ben Aqua in the Natem? Now, Obagana, now woman is state protection. Now, Uvia, Omo Makano, more Mainimundi, what is your Mukubum? Why? I didn't want. But what the government should remember and say, this is 2025 for Black women. You cannot, under any circumstance, intimidate anybody into silence. It can never happen. Because we have plural voices. There's what we call plural voices. That is the period within which we are. You can't tell me what to write on social media and what not to write. So long as it does not infringe on any law.
Oh, but Sabia, Ebia Yawamra, govern Saudi and
I'm saying so long as it does not infringe on any law.
Okay.
I want your man, I born, make me a control one born, and I'm informed, right?
Naga German Penisa no can.
Nothing, I am informed that. Omo said, me miracles, men Casa. Baba, I told him, men Casa, men cooperate in school. I'm here to me. Mini aketwa kra ya nkyeme sa de me na na kyeme ne se sa wo no wadamfo nam ana wo nu yanam na sebe enka wo no ho na ne ho bon a ye enka wa bonten utubi frɛ no na waka ne bɔkɔ me na akra de o se wo pa wan kasa kɔtɔ ankatade na fama ne se cha no pa wudware afa ye wo ho obeti ase
by emremu no assault, verbal assault.
And then I several matter. One of them go court and watch them say the idea make kind of affect you psychologically and I affect you confidence level by your fan could you. You get what I'm saying? And then I several matter. You can take me on by your family could jail on that matter. That's what we are talking about. Yeah, sorry, I can go before you question and say, what can I who born to my children? It's not done. It's not done. And back on me. Some woman can say, who cried there? We are under threat to cry than me. Who you man know? You survive on it. And if this government moves it away from us, normally the Bamuswa, it didn't count. Somebody in the Kawa, so what Dr. Mahmoud Bamia spoke about yesterday is real. It's a real and present danger to our democracy. Government or intimidating opponents or intimidating people, it shows have dissenting views. He's persecuting them. And that is a danger to our democracy. Onjai no biya nkanatem. Then no omampeni John Dramani Mahama one can wo man we mu. Ai nunti. Yefi eka kaka nunti obeti ye na egum.